When we are studying with pre-PG, we can like select a topic, select a subject, select a topic, or even a subtopic, and do all the questions from there. Talking about pre-PG, a lot of things were there which was quite helpful, especially the prep DNA. It's divided into specific parts. We can see different colors, we can see how much our preparation is, and when we click on a subject, we can see how much we have prepared within that subject. The best thing about it is most of it is free, so you can actually get the daily test, the grand test, and the FMGE examinations for completely for free. Is when we go for the exam, we pretty much feel like we are doing a daily test from PPG. Hi, I'm Sivaprasad, and I finished my FMGE in this January of 2025 with a marks of 186 in my first attempt. And I wanted to make a video regarding how I prepared for this exam, what all challenges that I faced during my studies, and how you guys can prepare hopefully better than me. And the main thing that I want to tell you is that never procrastinate. That was a huge mistake on my part, because I procrastinated and I kept my revision for the last month of my exam. I had a plan to start my revision on December of 2024, and that was a huge mistake from my part, because you don't know what will happen when you plan for something like that. And the last month of my preparation, my whole world flipped upside down, and I was in a really bad situation, and I was honestly not able to study even a little bit in my last month. And I only honestly got just 3 to 4 days before the exam. Essentially, I was able to prepare again just on January 9th or 8th. From that to the day of the exam. So that's what I want to convey to you most of all. Don't procrastinate. Study ideally from the first day of your university, or at least start studying right now. Don't keep your studies for the last minute, because that will be the biggest mistake you can make. Regarding my studies, I did from first year to fifth year at Odisha National Medical University offline, and then sixth year I had to do it online over there. But due to the order from the Honorable Supreme Court, I decided to repeat my final year at Georgia at Caucasus University. And the main advice that I want to give you is start studying from day one. Like your classes, especially the subjects which are there for the FMGE exam, you need to study, you need to pay more attention to those subjects. Honestly speaking, I did not pay much attention to the random subjects which were there in Odessa. For example, like history of Ukraine, history of medicine, and psychology. Many subjects were there, many filler subjects. I didn't pay much attention to that. But when it came to the subjects which were there for the FND, I was paying attention to that. And honestly, I started preparing from third year. And as you all know, we have the CROC exam in the third year and 6 years of education in Ukraine. And so I was preparing for CROC exam till my third year. And after my CROC 1 exam, which went quite well, I started to prepare for FMGE, and that's when I started to use pre-PG app. It was suggested to me from my senior, who also finished CROC exams with very good mark, and he actually completed PG exam here also, and he is currently studying his PG. So I took a lot of guidance from him, and he told me to buy pre-PG and to prepare from that. So as I was studying with my university books and other standard textbooks for this exam, and I also watched videos from a number of sources. And then the main thing is that after studying a subject or studying a topic from a subject, I always do questions from PPG. That was kind of the backbone of my studies, because simply reading or simply listening to a video doesn't really give you much of an exercise in your brain, because it is actually passive learning when you're just reading, or you're just randomly watching a video. So what I would suggest, either try to teach or try to explain this topic to someone, or just imagine you're teaching it to someone, and after that do the questions. So that's where pre-PG helped me, because when we are studying with pre-PG, we can like select a topic, select a subject, select a topic, or even a subtopic, and do all the questions from there. And you get questions from FMGE, from NEET, from AIMS, from INICET, everything you will get regarding that topic, and you can prepare or you can assess your knowledge, because just randomly reading won't let you assess how much you have learned. And if we are talking about pre-PG, a lot of things were there which was quite helpful, especially the prep DNA, because when we click on that, we can understand how much we studied or how much we know a topic right in one glance, because it's divided into specific parts. We can see different colors, we can see how much our preparation is, and when we click on a subject, we can see how much we have prepared within that subject regarding the subtopics of that subject. So it helps us to understand what we don't know or which subjects we are lagging in. And regarding my studies, I had to repeat my sixth year due to the war, and since I didn't want my final year to be online in my career, I repeated it. And the main thing which I did was, especially for surgery and internal medicine and radiology, when I was studying for the class, I used to do that questions from that, because in our classes we daily had MCQ test. So PPG was a lot helpful because I was able to do MCQ questions before I even went to the class. So it helped me study a lot more. And regarding PPG, the best thing about it is it's most of it is free. So you can actually get the daily test, the grand test, and the FMGE examinations for completely for free in pre-PG. And one of the biggest mistake that I made in my studies is not doing the daily test as much as needed, because I was kind of on and off with this daily test, which is not the way to go, because as much daily test as you do, the better your preparations will be. Because you will be exposed to a lot of questions, and you will be forced to use your brain in the very limited time that you can apply for each question. And the main thing is, when we go for the exam, we pretty much feel like we are doing a daily test from PPG. And regarding my situation, in my last month, I was not able to prepare. So the only thing that saved me was the exams from PPG. Because when we do these exam in those very limited amount of time, it helps us to create a way of thinking. Like we learn how to eliminate, even if we don't directly know the answer, we'll have an idea from looking at the options which of those are not the correct answer. And solving these MCQ questions are like a skill, just like learning how to ride a bicycle. We won't be able to do it on the first day, or we won't be able to do it effectively on the first day. We have to practice more and more, and finally we'll learn how to do it. And this is kind of like how you have to prepare for the MCQ test also, because it's not always about knowing the exact answer, but mainly about developing a skill on how we can eliminate the choices which are not the answer. In that way, we can increase our odds on getting to the answer, or we can at least make it a 50-50, in the sense we can eliminate two questions. Also, there's a 50% chance finally of making the answer correct. So again, prepare from right now, or prepare as early as possible. Never keep your studies till the last, and do as much questions as possible from whatever source, from however or wherever you can. Try to do as much questions as possible, and from pre-PG. And the biggest advice I can give is completely do those free daily tests every day, because that will help you a lot. I was quite lacking in that part, but still, at the end of the day, that's what saved me in this exam.